I squirm, I struggle. Ergo, I am ready for more Monster Hunter. Hey,
Who said that
welcome
one?
back.
Who said that?
I thought it was Larry King. I thought that was a Larry King quote. The late Larry King.
Very synonymous to Rove, the character I was quoting. Thank
Uh-huh.
you. So many people loved the last episode and told me I did everything right in that episode, that we are back with another one. We're going again. We're talking about just new monsters of Monster Hunter Wilds. Mitch and I have sunk so an ungodly amount of time into this game now that we were very excited for this one because we actually get to talk about the cool new things that are in the game. Are you guys excited about new monsters?
Yeah, as excited as I can be, I suppose.
It's a shame this still isn't an even playing field, but that's part of the game.
Just don't
Yeah,
let
it might
Mitch
be-
participate.
That's always an option.
No, Mitch gets to participate. But again, we'll be implementing the really stupid scoring structure that definitely doesn't mess up anything. So Tyler gets 3 points per question answered correctly, Nico gets 2, and Mitch gets 1. There will be 2 bonus points awarded if you get exactly the correct amount of elements for the weaknesses. Yes, we're doing the weakness elements things again. Give me something better if you wanted me to do something different. I tried different things. It just didn't work as well in this kind of format of a quiz. So let us know in the comments below. We're gonna jump right in because we got some monsters to look at today, boys. Question number 1, first monster. It's your tutorial monster in Monster Hunter Wilds. You got
What
this,
the
fella.
fucking heck?
You got this, fella. You got this, fella.
His forearms are
arms.
fruit, and that is a wet tongue.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we will get
so weird.
to the forearms. It's actually a point of lore with him.
Okay.
Pine
But,
cones.
yeah, it's a point. But yes, that tongue do sure lick. What name is it? Goddlebar, Chotacabra, Surinama, or Pippadars?
What the fuck are these words? I mean, like, Chotacabra is at least close to something, but, like, the other ones... Where are these coming from? What the fuck is a Pippadars?
Delightful. It might be this thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Chotacabra, because he looks like he could chat up a Chupacabra if he wanted to.
You could suck a goat.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah,
if that
you
tongue is for anything,
Yeah, man.
it's for sucking a goat.
That's a goat sucking tongue if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. You could fillet the entire body of the goat with a tongue like that.
I don't like that one.
Nico, what is it? Do you know?
I actually do know this one.
Whoa, that's cool.
We were just talking about it with Mitch because we were watching a video and this was the only monster that was named in that video. And I went, I'll forget this. And you probably won't put it in the quiz. Lo and behold, the Chotacabra is here.
I was right. Let's go.
Yes. Everybody gets points.
Thank you, video game donkey.
Thank you,
Yeah.
video game donkey.
So what I did, I took the roster of new monsters and I did split them into 2 groups. And I thought, first quiz with new monsters, we'll do the very first monster in the game, which is the tutorial buddy Chotacabra here. So if you want another one, I have a whole nother quiz just ready and raring with some monsters. Let us know in the comments. We won't do it super soon. I'm just going to tell you outright because we've been doing a lot of Monster Hunter recently. And my little brain is getting tired of posting because I don't have as big a brain as the other gents here, not including Nico. So now I do. So
My
for
big
every single one of
brain,
these
it took
monsters
so
today-
long for that information to get from one side to the other. So like it just, my delayed reaction really, you deserve more credit. You deserve more credit, Sir Kyle.
Is Mitch calling me stupid?
Where the fuck did you come up with Pippadars from?
So, you
So
shit
good.
on my ability to come up with names last time, so I quite legitimately, every single one of these names is based off of a species of frog.
That's cool.
way.
I like that.
Yeah.
I respect the effort.
Thank you. I put in a lot more effort in the names of this quiz. Like, quite
Goddlebar
legitimately.
is kind of hard.
What do you
Thank
mean?
you.
Baba Bingo was amazing.
I looked into like a lot of like the species and shit of all the different kinds of monsters a lot of these are based on for this one, and I made names based around them to hopefully help fool you more. It didn't work here, but I also for all of these I did take an image either from the game or just a cool art of the monster from Monster Hunter to help you display how cool these monsters are. However, this is a tutorial monster. It's not that cool. So here's its Lego.
Hell yeah, brother. That's right.
That is the Lego. This is the only one I was just like, it's not that cool, honestly. It's just the tutorial monster. But he looked kind of funny, and he's the first guy, so he's going to be the first guy today.
He really helped my first experience with the game. I was like, oh, it's going to be another little raptor guy, as it always... Is that a big frog? He punched me.
Yeah, and like whatever weapon you pick to go into this fight, it, like as you're fighting it, it's just like try using this move, and it's like teaching you the elements of your weapon as you're like fighting it, and it's a very like scripted event. But like it's really good for anybody that's like new to it, and a lot of the weapons got like pretty decent overhauls, or like certain things at least changed that like this helped teach too. So, but we've got lore. The Chotacabra. Amphibians that use their long tongues to seize and devour prey, such as bulakchi. That's a bug thing that we're not going to talk about.
A block of cheese is a bug thing?
It is. You got it right. You get extra points. No, you don't. Their evolved forelimbs store a sticky mucus-like substance. When agitated, Chotacabra rub their forelimbs against the ground to collect stone and ore, widening the range and destructiveness of their blows. So it looking kind of like a fruit is actually that's mucusiness, and he like rubs it across the ground, like picks up rocks to like make himself stronger and hit you harder. So
Interesting.
it's just like that's like his scaliness, and then there's like the mucus over it. That's
It's like
what
I
you're
see.
seeing.
I see.
Yeah. Specifically in this image, but
now you mentioned the Bulgachi, and I feel compelled to mention the Arachnophobia mode.
Is it another spoder? I fucking hate that shit.
So it's spider-esque, so they deem it worthy of being Arachnophobia moded. What happens is they turn there are two small monsters that look kind of spidery. They turn them into like slime.
yeah,
they're like blobs of goo. But here's the kicker. Arachnophobia mode does absolutely nothing to censor the large spider monster that you stare at for minutes on end and kills you over and over again.
That's cool. So I won't play that game ever.
Maybe we're gonna see that exact monster seconds from now. But first, before we get to that, take a gander at this here armor.
Oh.
Whoa.
Now, these are actually like grabbed from the game, not by me, just by somebody on Google. Thanks, Google. They just like the male and female armor. I mentioned in the last quiz, very cool thing is you can actually equip male and female armor to either character that you're running. So you can like kind of mix and match them as well, which really works really well in a lot of these cases, specifically for the next one, actually really well. But it's pretty cool armor. It's nothing crazy.
I like
nothing
them
over
both.
the top.
Yeah.
I do like them both, but I like the female armor a little bit more because of the little like brigadier hat silliness going on there.
Yeah, I
It's
really
very
like the hat and the like hood.
It's the cutoff hoodie and the hat.
And the big like turtle shell ass knees.
the knee pads.
Yeah, I will just say this game fucking rips with armor designs. Whether it's hunters or palicos, they rip. They crush in this game.
You do encounter a small problem with like Fashion Hunter, where all of the armor sets are like too unique, and it becomes difficult to put them together.
Yeah, like it's really good to like mix them between like the two styles of armor for the same monster, but then there are times where like you're mixing it with something else from a different monster, and it really, because they really went all in with the designs, they just don't really mesh.
Honey, you're clashing.
Honey,
That's
your
right,
clash
honey.
is showing.
That's right. You know what else is showing? It's week 2.
Forgot about this
Now,
already.
You
Really?
can pick up to 2 options in today's quiz. That is it, just 2, because spoiler alert, none of these monsters are weak to more than 2 things.
Very cool.
They could be weak to 1, they could be weak to 2. I'll leave it up to you guys to pick. Again, you get a point for each one you pick, and then 2 bonus points awarded if you get exactly the amount correct. You know, you nail it with your pick.
I think since it is a frog, it is probably weak to ice because frogs get frozen in the winter or whatever. I also think that it is weak to dragon because it's a frog and that's not a dragon.
sound logic as ever, Tyler. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
It frog,
Tyler
so
teaches
dragon
me new
kill
things
frog.
every day.
If a dragon
All right.
stepped on a frog, it would probably die. I think that's sound logic.
I don't know about this.
I'd argue
frog.
that if any of this stuff hits a frog, it'd probably die, except for maybe water. But Nico,
That's a very valid point with the ice, but I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to say thunder because, well, I have a propensity for choosing thunder in the first place. But he looks very conductive with all of the mucusy stuff. And then I'm also going to say water because I think you can wash away some of the mucusy nonsense with water affinity.
ooh, I like
Man,
your
that
thinking.
sounds like a load of bullshit. I hope you're wrong.
Well,
I
we'll
probably
see
am.
if you're right. We'll see if you're right. I like the logic, though. I like the logic. And Mitch, do you know the answer to
No.
this?
See, here's the problem so far with Monster Hunter Wilds is it seems as though elemental builds are not nearly as strong as status builds, and I have been using basically nothing but Paralyze the entire
Same.
game.
I have Paralyze and Blast have been my two big ones that
Yeah.
I've been using. So
With the occasional, like, you know, I have an ice weapon, I have a fire weapon. Haven't used it on Chatacabra. I've fought two of these things.
yeah,
I'm gonna go
You don't
with
don't fight it much.
yeah. At first, I was thinking fire and thunder because those are just kind of good catch-all. But I'm actually thinking about it since it covers itself in rocks. I'm thinking ice and fire just because fire is really safe.
Okay, so everyone gets one singular point here because the correct answer is ice and thunder. So everybody was at least a little right today on this round. Everyone had some bullshit thought in their head there too that they gave out. I like the logic, except for the dragon thing. But
What do you mean? This is
why
sound
not?
logic.
everyone's got 2 points before
Yeah.
multiplier, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means
I
I'm
know I have
winning and you
1
can all
point.
suck my cock.
Tyler
suck
is
your
indeed
goat.
winning. Will Tyler keep it up as we continue?
No.
Place your bets in the comments. Be wrong if you guessed yes. Especially because Tyler's gonna run and hide at monster number 2.
You really decided to do that.
Oh, that thing
Yeah.
is sick.
It's real, and it's also one of my favorite monsters in the game.
It
This
is
thing
one
is
of my new favorite
fucking
monsters.
awesome. This thing is
That thing
amazing.
is crazy.
So I'm very excited to tell you about this creature. But first, I got to give you my incredibly a lot of time put into the name scheme of this monster for you guys. Is this Tata Marina, Fafa Parina, Lala Barina, or Vava Narina?
I'm glad that you made such a point of saying how much attention you put into choosing names that were like frogs, that were based on different frogs, only to give us Tata Bobinga.
Oh my god.
It's so the exact thing too is because I made this quiz in order, and I did do that with everything after this point. And when I said it, I was thinking of the last things I did when I made this quiz. And then I scrolled down to the next set of stuff and I went, haha, I did dumb again for this one. So and what better way to put this dumb, stupid thing that Tyler doesn't like rather than with the thing that Tyler doesn't like, spiders. So,
Great.
Tyler, what's the
only
name?
fair.
What do you think is the right one of these
can't-
mumbo jumbos?
If it's Fafa Parina, I quit. Because that shit sucks so hard. I don't know, man. I feel like Vava Narina is also nothing. The fuck is a Vava?
I mean, is any of it anything really?
Well, because Tatas
I
are
mean,
a
one of
thing.
them is.
This is the opposite of sexual, so it makes me not want to pick Tata Marina.
Each their
But
own.
Marina is a thing, and Barina is not, as far as I'm concerned. So I am gonna go with Tata Marina
Okay.
on non-confidently, but I hate all of
Okay.
these. All 4 of these options are not good.
Awesome. Glad you love it as much as I do. Nico, what is your what's your guess? Do you know?
So,
I guess you know.
I
'cause
do
you-
not know. I have never
Okay,
seen
cool.
this thing. This thing is crazy. These names are
awesome.
ridiculous. Going with the one that is a real word is really fair, but that's the only one that I'll be a little upset at if it's real, because nothing about this thing screams marine in any capacity to me. Like, Marina would say, like, of the water to me, and this has literally nothing that would give me that idea.
Looks like it could walk on water.
I don't think so.
Okay.
For no
At least Tyler has
particular
logic,
reason,
kind of.
other than I think it sounds better than the others. Lala Barina.
And Mitch, did either of them get it right?
Tata Marina sounds to me specifically like the name of a track in, like, you know, the era of musicals with Grease and West Side Story. Just like Tata Marina. But this swirly twirly dancing on his tiptoes spider is Lala Barina.
It is.
Great.
And,
What's a
and
barina?
It does tiptoe and dance around, very well known for its pirouettes, like a ballerina.
Okay, but that
yeah.
says barina, and that's not ballerina. It's missing
I
some
wonder if
letters.
anyone's made the Conga Lala
Yeah, they're
Barina.
at the beginning, actually.
Oh,
What if,
yeah.
what
I
if you
guess you're
switch
right.
the first L and the B there, Tyler?
Yeah.
There's a Lala right before it. But,
Ballerina.
so I'm very excited to talk about this one, because this one is easily one of my favorite new ones in the game. So here's a little look at the fight with this thing.
This is
So-
Dark Souls.
It is.
Kinda.
Yeah. So it's den that you find in the forest. It's like covered in like these scarlet webs, and it shoots out these little like poofs of these red florets that you see like little bursts of around the screen. If you run into them, you get like stunned and fall over. So for an insect glaive user like me, it's my worst nightmare ever. Because I like to flip around in the air with my insect glaive, and it just shoots them out constantly, and I just run into them, and I'm just like, oh god, and I just fucking fall out of the sky and die. Yeah, it like spins around like a little fucking ballerina, and it can like bloom out its flower and then like close it up. And when it does bloom out its flower, occasionally it'll just shoot a gigantic stinger out of it and like stab you. Just emerges out of the point of the flower. It's very fucking cool. I love it so much. Here you can take a look at the ever so cool armor. I adore this armor set for this thing.
Ooh,
Oh, that's interesting.
that's
While I
rad.
read its description, the word I don't know is still Tomokarin, whatever the fuck species this thing is. It's a bug native to the Scarlet Forest with distinctive pirouette-like movements. Their fluid contain a neuroplegic agent which they mix with water to produce red petal-like bristles on their abdomens. When agitated, Lalabarina opens these bristles like a deadly blossoming flower and releases them as florets that paralyze whatever they come into contact with. This thing fucking rocks. It's an earlier monster as well. I generally did this in order of like how you see them in the game, or like you fight them in the game rather. So this is an earlier monster. And I adore the armor set. I really like the design of this monster. It's very unique with its way. It's just like this gigantic lurking spider that's like, it will just randomly like do pirouettes and like fucking move all over the place. It's
spins a
super
lot.
Cool. Yeah, it spins a lot.
It does front
it's-
flips.
Yeah,
Oh,
it does.
that-
It just flips. It flips around like crazy. It's very cool.
I gotta
Also,
say,
go ahead.
I gotta say, when I was fighting it for the first time, I was playing with our friend Josh, and the whole time we were fighting it, we were like, "What the shit? It's crowd controlling us! What the hell?"
Yeah, it is so unique. It's so different. I love it so much. They do a really good job at creating fights in this game that really do feel like a brand new thing in a lot of monster interactions here. And the last thing I'll say to gush about this is this has, I think, to me at least, the coolest weapon set in Monster Hunter. And I brought some examples. So, first sword and shield you get. I use sword and shield as an example, but it mirrors this across all its weapons. The very first one you get looks like this.
Oh,
It's
that's
very
rad.
cool looking, and it's got like the little red accents and stuff. As you upgrade it over time, the flowers bloom on it. And so as it gets stronger, the flowers will like actually blossom out of it. The sword will get covered in more red, and that matches throughout all the weapons. Like if it's like a long sword, the blade itself gets more red and stuff like that. It's very cool. I'm not as avid of a Monster Hunter player as others are before me. I don't recall any weapons doing this in the past, personally, from my experience, but like maybe they exist.
It's rare.
Yeah, it's very cool though. I was just like the whole time I was playing, I was like, oh my god, look at my sword. It looks cooler now. Wow. Like, because most times you upgrade the thing and it doesn't change. Like it doesn't look any different. It just gets stronger. Like the number go up.
I've been playing the a secondary character with the insect glaive, and the Lalabarina insect glaive is also very cool. It looks like a pen, and then like the side that you shoot gook out of like blooms into the red flower when you use it.
Yeah. My main playthrough was with insect glaive, and it was just like one time, like I upgraded it one time, went out in the fight, and when I went to like shoot out the little like gook, it just like became a flower once I upgraded it one time, and I went, whoa, this is crazy. But it's everyone's favorite time of the day. But was week 2?
Fire.
Okay. Any reason why this bug might be weak to fire?
Because spiders and fire typically don't get along.
Okay.
Hence why, if you see a spider in your home, you burn your house down. Typical practice.
Helped Tyler move many a time for this exact reason.
Why have I moved like 5 times in the past however many years? Too many spiders.
It's hard being Tyler's friend. Do you think anything else would
No.
be weak to?
Spiders are weak to
Just
nothing
fire.
else except for fire.
All right. Now, Nico, do you share the same sentiments?
I agree with fire because this thing looks incredibly flammable. But I'm also going to fall prey to my own propensities and call thunder as well.
All right, fire and thunder. One for
Just for
fire.
static, like it's got like you said that those the bristles are made from like a fluid it secretes and water, and it also looks very staticky. So,
And Mitch, do you know?
Still no.
Okay, cool. If it makes you feel better, this was like the only one that I knew off the top of my head when I was putting the quiz together. The other ones I had to be like, is there something else that I'm not thinking of? Do I know it? So I'm not
Once
well-versed.
again, I am tempted to just pick fire, but the fact that it's also a flower makes me want to additionally pick ice because winter kills flowers.
that's really fair.
That's fair.
I like that thought. Now, so everybody gets a point because fire, it is one. Good job.
Yay!
However, a certain Tyler is going to get 2 bonus points because
Hell
it's just
yeah.
fire, baby.
Let's go. I am now
Tyler's just going on.
uncatchable. Suck my dick.
Are you actually?
I don't think
I
so.
don't know about
I was
that,
gonna say, I was
brother.
like, did you like just do that math on the
No,
fly?
I
You're like,
have 15
actually,
now,
there's
so
no
it's
way.
going to be really hard for Mitch to catch me.
I mean, yeah, he's almost doubled my points just by having an
I have to
extra
get
2 or
12
3.
questions right.
You catch up. Very fine. Maybe
okay, I'll
Tyler's
probably get-
finally gonna win one.
Or maybe I'll get every single question wrong for the rest of the quiz. Who knows?
I would bet on either with the same amount of money. We are gonna move on to round 3. Now we're moving on to one of what I would say is realistically like the first very climactic boss of the game, and that is this fella.
What the hell?
Ugly as
What
sin.
the hell?
Ugly. That is correct. The name is
What?
Ugly as Sin. Mitch wins the quiz immediately.
I
because he
believe
named it.
Oh, there's its eyes.
when we were first started playing the game and we didn't really know their names yet, we gave them all code names, and this guy was Buttface Bear.
That's fair.
That was all we referred to him as.
This just kind of looks like a Hollywood attempt at Wild Mutt.
That's really fair, actually.
It is. So for context, immediately let you know, it's something that like is lurking and you see a lot through the first like many beats of the game. And then finally you have like this very climactic moment where you fight it in like this giant thunderstorm. And it's very cool, very epic moment. And it shows off how good the weather physics are in this
Really?
game. But
This thing?
yeah.
Yeah, this thing.
All right.
It is
Yeah,
very
this
cool.
thing. It is very, it's a very cool moment, despite it not being like the coolest looking monster. But again, I simply took all the monsters. I put some of my favorites in this one, some of my favorites in the next batch, so we can have a good spread. So we have this fella. Now, name. We're back to me actually doing research. Is it Akatan, Borzahara, Kuvazak, or Doshiguma?
Once again, don't know. So Doshaguma has dog in it, as well as Shuma.
Yeah. No, if he applies the same logic that you put to Lalabarina, it contains dog.
He looks. I'm gonna go with that because he looks like a dog, and he looks like he could probably stomp a kid at Marvel vs. Capcom. He's probably a Shuma Gorath main. That's probably where the other part of his name comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go with that one.
All right. Nico.
So I've never seen this before, but I have heard its name.
Oh, wow.
And Tyler is uncatchable. This
Holy
is the
shit.
I also, because I know
Bear is Doshaguma.
yeah, it's Doshaguma is how it's pronounced.
Yeah.
I mistakenly announced it Doshaguma, I think is how I just said it. That's how I said it before I knew its name. And like I saw like the spelling of it. And then I think a character in like the cutscene was just like, it's a Doshaguma. And I was like, oh, I was saying it wrong the whole time. And I told myself like leading up to the quiz today, I was like, I'm going to say it right. And then I said it and I went,
Doshaguma sounds better in my opinion. It's more fun.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments below which pronunciation you prefer, and out yourself if you commented on his mispronunciation before we corrected ourselves.
If I hear somebody say Doshaguma, I'm saying Gesundheit.
No.
Nicely done.
Good one.
Thank you.
Good one.
I'm so proud of myself.
Dude,
subscribe.
Tyler, you gotta crush it. Subscribe if you think Tyler's gonna win today's episode. Spoiler
With jokes
alert,
like that,
he's
this
kind of
has to be
uncatchable.
scripted.
These make me so happy.
To be fair, I asked for regular points and was told no, so this is not my fault.
Hey, I mean, you quite legitimately, every single quiz we've done, it's just been a fucking crapshoot every time. And you actually just landing on them this time,
true.
It could have happened any other time. It just didn't. So
It's kind of shocking.
I guess
it is
being
kind of shocking.
really hungover is just giving me all of the knowledge today.
So here's an epic picture I'll show you. It's just a shot of like other art from the game. That's very cool looking. These guys attacking.
That jaw opens so
Yes.
much further than I thought. Those tusks are so much larger than it looked in the first
Big
picture.
mouth.
Now
that I think about it, they really like big mouth in Wilds.
Yeah, there's a lot of big mouth.
I love the dude on the left just going,
Yeah, that's just a Mabostiff eating a chicken.
a chicken?
Yeah.
What kind of chickens you got where you live?
Ones that are blue with saddles. Is that not common in your part of the
Born with a
country?
saddle on its back.
Yeah.
Good for you.
You do get to see baby versions of those creatures that you're referencing, and they're not born with saddles, and they're also like I think generally white when they're born. Anyways, this is a fang beast, and here's the thing: the lore. We lore time. Fang beasts that are sometimes seen traveling in packs, like here. Ruggedly built and extremely aggressive, Doshaguma won't hesitate to throw everything they've got at enemies, even other small monsters, or sometimes big monsters. If you've seen cutscenes from this game. They have been known to take prey back to their dens, which sometimes leads to violent disputes. Yes, these things travel in packs a lot of the time, and often there is one that's considered the alpha of the group, and it's like a lot larger, a lot stronger, and you fight an alpha one is like the very first big moment. And there's a bunch of smaller ones around that you have to like kind of repel, and then you just center in on the big guy, the big alpha boy, and you fight him. And it's like this huge thunderstorms happening, like lightning striking into the sand all around you. And it's a very epic little moment. It's very fun.
I never thought that I needed thunderstorm, sandstorm in my life until I played that set piece.
Yeah. And it's also like a raging sandstorm where just like these giant, like fucking walls of sand are like, poof, like fucking hitting you over and over again. Just like, yeah. Very good display of them being able to be like, look, we can make cool weather now with these consoles. We like these systems. Wow. And it's really good. It's very good. This is a pretty game if you didn't realize.
Yeah.
And then here is some armor.
Whoa, I don't love it. Well, the male one is decent. The female
it's
one
not
is
personally my favorite.
A little rough, but
it's
It's
very
personally
yellow.
not my fave.
very honestly kind of generic.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not bad.
I like the actual armory bits. I think it's just the yellow fur in it is taking away from it for me.
Yeah.
It just makes it look a little weird.
I actively don't like the female version very much because there's very little actual armor and just like shitty little strips of metal welded to each other.
Weird.
Like there's
Welcome to
almost
female
no
armor sets.
plating whatsoever. But like at least a plate where some of that stuff is instead of like, this is just a cage on her fucking face.
Yeah.
It would be. See, that's the weird thing to me is the female armor set or female presenting armor set. Both genders can wear them now. That one's like the definitive version for me, and it's weird to me that the male one is so plated up because it's Mad Max designed, and those guys are like scrappers and they put shit together and they don't have full body coverings. It's weird.
I will say
I still don't like either of them that much.
It has like a very element of like old knight armor where like it has like these big like sweeping things, but it's these strips of metal that are like strapped together. It really does it like I think with the Lollabarina one previously, it's a very like elegant outfit with like the rose elements and everything in it. And like while the fur of this is similar to the fur on the actual thing, sure, it just I feel like it's not as like a oh, this is obviously the armor for this. It's just like this is an interesting idea. It just doesn't do it for me really.
I am actually curious. So this seems like it's all from like the same person that was taking these images online. Does this armor set change your hair to be red?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the armor
it doesn't
sets
change your hair. It just like puts hair
like, it's
on
like,
you.
Okay.
It's like a wig. Yeah, like a lot of
because I was looking at the last ones and I was like, oh, they all have the same like dark hair kind of side part thing. And then this one I was like, that model didn't used to be ginger.
What I'm thinking is it's like the yellow fur is from the mane and then the orange fur is from like its arms or something.
Yeah. It's like both the colors are there. Like if you look at it, it's just, especially if like in game you see them wandering and there's like different like shades on like some of the alphas have a little bit of different shade and things like that. So, but enough about that nonsense. What was week 2?
I don't know.
That's a fair point.
So he's in a sandstorm full of thunder, which makes me think it either definitely can't be weak to thunder or definitely is weak to thunder. And that's why he's in a thunderstorm. Maybe he gets shocked by it, but I don't know. I can pick 2 things though. So I guess I will pick thunder to be safe because I'll be upset if it is one and I didn't pick it. And then I will also pick water because wet dog is bad to experience. So
makes sense. I like your logic. And Nico?
I'm struggling to come up with some good logic for this. I like clearly this is in a more arid climate based on that kind of like lore picture you gave me.
Yeah, and I did mention that they're like fighting in like the sand. So that kind of does show it there.
Yeah, so like I don't know about fire because like heat is something that it's used to living in. So I'm actually kind of tempted to just say water and ice. Like water, just like you put water on a very chapped area, like what our forearms look like, and you go ooh and then same thing for ice. Yeah,
I get you. And Mitch, what do you think?
I've never been less sure, Kyle.
That's good.
I'm following alongside Tyler's point of reference here. I'm just gonna go with the 2 elements present in the first big set piece that you encounter it in, which would be the thunderstorm and the fact that it's fighting a water elemental monster at the time.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I mean, kind of a little teaser to perhaps the next quiz, maybe, because it's that spoiler alert. It's in the next one.
Oh my god!
However, thunder is correct.
Oh,
but the other one's fire. So
Damn it,
no
the
one
one
got that
time.
one.
Damn.
No
Poopy.
one got that one. No one got that one. But I like the mindset of the water, wet dog, and again, I did all the names of those things are like plays on like obscure breeds of dogs that I came up with. So, very good job. Very good job, everybody. Nicely done. Nicely done. So going into round 4, we are on to another one of my favorite new monsters. Now, we've got ourselves a monkey.
What the hell?
That's not the one that you were hyping
Oh,
up.
that's a crazy
What?
monkey.
That's a monkey, but he a dragon though.
That's a
This is the only
crazy-ass
monkey in the entire series that I like.
Because it's
Yeah, that's honestly very
not
fair.
very monkey-like. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
it's not. Yeah,
It's
that
I
thing's
get like
crazy.
I kind of get like pangolin vibes from it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
And there are actual pangolin monsters in this game too.
Oh, really?
I
That's
remember
cool.
one of
They're
them
small.
from
They're
World.
small monsters, but
Okay.
Wasn't there a big one in World? Or am I thinking of something?
not a pangolin.
Yeah, he looks like if Sun Wukong was a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
like if Goku ate a Dragon Ball, this is what he could turn into.
So we've got cool monkey, cool dragon monkey. Could perhaps the name be one of these? Is it
No.
Kolobar, Ajarakan, Tarsadat, or Wukarta?
Huh.
We did just make that whole bit about Wukong.
He sure did. That feels too on the nose, though.
Did you bank on that?
Also, Kalabar sucks.
That knocks the wind out of me every time. Just blank.
It just
sucks.
it's always that too. It's never like this really big thing. Like, oh, that sucks. It's just always the way you go for.
The rest of them are, I could see all of them being the real thing except for Kalabar. Because this just color bar.
Okay.
That's interesting.
What's your RGB
You're gonna
rating?
You'd look very silly if that is the correct answer. But what answer do you think is actually
I
correct?
don't know. I'm gonna pick a Jarakan because he looks like he could really open up some jars and crush some cans with those big ol' hands and arms.
Nice, dude.
Your thought process never fails to stupefy me. Nico, what do you think this is?
Yeah, I'll fall for the bait. I'll say Wukarta. I don't love or hate any of them, to be honest. I'm just trying to, like, in my head, think of like which sounds the dumbest in the voices of the NPCs in this world. And
That's a good thought process, actually.
I like Tarsadat, but that's like the dat that it ends on sounds stupid.
Also, Tarsadat spelled backwards is Tad is rat, and that's weird.
And that's really something, isn't it?
Why the fuck my boy Tad is rat?
They just that thing like jumps out like Tad is rat. Ah! No, Tad is monkey. This is the peak
Tad
of
is
comedy.
dragon?
Just yeah,
This is great. This is great.
we're gonna get so many subscribers from this one specifically.
Absolutely.
insert
Mitch?
the typical comment of Tyler is physically incapable of being funny.
Speaking of, how is Tyler failing up so hard tonight?
Did I get it right again?
It's a Jarakan!
That's crazy.
Yes, the only one that wasn't like researched was Wukarta because I was like, I gotta throw a little bait in there somewhere. The other ones are
very
actually.
notably did write the Magna Carta, so it was a very clever name.
Thank you.
Oh,
And the other two are just like plays on breeds of monkeys that actually exist. So I want you to apologize to that entire breed of monkey, Tyler.
No.
So we're on to
breed of monkeys sucks.
Tarsadat is a rat.
Yeah, and what about Tad is rat? All right, no. So I want to show you guys something. So this thing, very cool, big monkey. It jump around, it swing around on like pipes and stuff in the oil well basin is where it resides, and It's one move. It like charges up its fist, jumps into the sky, and like fucking like comes down and just absolutely blasts you. I have a really rough image of it. It's not the best looking image of it, but it jumps into the sky, charges up his fist, and comes flying down at you and like explodes into the ground. It is
the charge up is
So
insane
cool.
too, because it curls up
Yeah.
into a ball, sinks half into the ground, and just like
spins and then like
Wow.
leaps into the air. Goosh.
Brothers
that
about to hit
flash,
you with an
that's-
anime impact frame.
I was gonna say
That
that's
flash
fucking
is
Gear
part of the
5
move.
Luffy.
Yeah.
it winds up
Jesus.
and the flash goes ting, and then it comes down on you. Like,
Yeah, some
what's
like
the-
Detroit smash
Yeah.
action.
The fucking whatever that one thing that Garp did in One Piece that everybody
Oh,
went insane
yeah.
over. All those edits online were about for a
Yeah.
long time.
So,
Galaxy
no one has
Impact,
been-
that's what it was.
Yeah.
no one has been intelligent enough to put a gif of that move on Tenor, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was really hard finding any good imagery of the move actually anywhere on the internet. That's why I found this one, and I was like, it's kind of scuffed a little bit. And I'm very surprised because the moment, because like I was fighting, I was like, this is a really cool fight. The way he's like leaping around like a monkey and jumping around, and he like uses his tail to, like smack on the back of like the ridges that are coming up too, and it like creates like sparks and shit. And I was like, oh, this is a cool fight. And then all of a sudden he just starts rolling, and I was like, the fuck is he doing? And he left him in the air, and like the fucking like light starts blossoming off it, and I was like, what the fuck? And it just I was just like, no.
That's how you know they,
Protagonist!
That's how
I was
they
like,
know.
I'm
That's how
just a
you
side
know.
character.
That's how you know they've built the fight right. Is when you go, what the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
There were a
And then
lot
you're
of
halfway
those
across
moments in
the
this
arena,
game. Yeah,
rolling
and then
on
you're
the ground.
fucking flying or getting carted back to base because you died. And I was like, oh god. Yeah, there's a lot of good moments like that in this where like the fight itself is good, and then they pull out their special move, and you're just like, oh, I'm in an anime.
You just suddenly hear the da 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 da.
I will let y'all stew on the incredibly cool armor for this as I read you the description.
Oh my god, I'm
Characterized-
stewing.
Stewing it! Stew! Characterized by their highly developed carapaces, Jarakan wrap themselves in molten metal that they rub together to heat up and create explosions. Presumably due to the friction of the metal, they can reach high enough temperatures to melt even the ground or bullets. They can also use their strong limbs to grip onto the ceiling and move around freely, so a hunter must watch out from every angle, including above, as illustrated in that previous image. He coming from above, dude. And the armor's really fucking cool. I really like this armor.
Armor's rad.
Yeah, it is just like a fucking Osira statue. That's really
Yeah.
all it is.
The male presenting armor looks so much more aggressive because of like the slight downward tilt on because of like the slight downward tilt on the mask.
The Ajarakan just like Detroit smashed his dick. That's what happened.
It's just like the male presenting armor just looking at you like
I think the female helmet sucks. I think the collar thing is kind of cool, and I like the
it's rad.
flamey like leg wrap action going on. Like there's good bits from both of them.
oh yeah.
Yeah. I will
Very
say,
like, you know, the word I was going to say was embroidered, and that's not correct.
no, but I know what you're thinking.
Is embossed
Maybe.
better? I don't know.
It's beveled.
beveled.
I did want to mention
eye nipples
too,
on the male armor are weird. Anyway,
the eye. Oh god, the eye nipple.
I like
Oh,
the
not the
female one
eyeballs.
is just like an owl face, which has nothing
Yeah,
to do with
I was
anything.
it's just a
Certainly.
it's just a face.
It's in all of them because the same person that made it has the same charm on their weapon for all of them. There's like a hunter charm that you can have on it, and it's that little stuffed buddy that's like hanging off the right side of all of them.
I love that
That's
little
not part of the armor for any of them. If you couldn't pick up on that by now, just wanted to clarify. There's like a feature where you can put a little charm on your weapon that hangs off. That's
it
the
do
same little
anything?
guy that's hanging off.
No,
it's
there's
the-
no benefit.
No, it just
Perfect.
looks cool. Some of them
It's just
actually make some
distracting.
noises. Yeah, it is, and it makes my brain go burr. Because I have a little wind chime on mine, and every once in a while, when I flip to the air, I hear. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh. But that's actually the exact same little plushie that your Smithy has on her hip. that everyone is obsessed with on the internet. Also is a returning character, not actually confirmed, but pretty much confirmed from a previous game. But grown up. So that's cool.
Very cool.
Anywho, enough of the fun lore aside. Here's what's it we do.
Water.
Oh.
Water.
Water for both slots.
Water.
Water.
Now, just let it be known, if it's only weak to one water, you don't get the bonus.
Because he said it twice, he gets 2 water. If it's somehow weak to water twice, that's crazy. He gets all the points.
I'm tempted to pick Thunder as a second one, but I want to aim for those extra points. Just
Yeah,
for
the guy that's
fun.
like
You need them so
basically
badly.
uncatchable
I
is
just
like,
want to
I
see
want to go for the extra
how
points.
fucking far I can take this. I'm gonna guess just water.
Okay.
It's fair.
And Nico?
I'm going to choose Dragon, because this thing looked like Dragon, and of course Pokemon rules, Dragon hurt Dragon. And I'm going to return back to Thunder, partially because I just think it would be really funny to see this thing wind up in the air and be panicking, and then just watch Zeus smite the fuck out of it and watch it fall lifeless to the ground in the middle of its wind up.
You'd be surprised how close that is to something else that happens.
Yeah, actually. And Mitch, what do you think?
Not that I have any hopes of catching Tyler, but I can't catch myself answering the exact same thing he says.
Okay.
So water, obviously, that feels like the easy answer. And I'm also going to pick ice. It seems weird, but you'd be surprised how many fiery hot land monsters are weak to ice.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
you would be surprised about that, especially that it happens here. And also it's weak to water. So Tyler, you do get a point,
Oh shit.
Cool.
but Mitch is gonna get 4 points.
Oh
in this
no,
round
he's
because-
really coming up on me.
I'm rocketing forward. I earned 1 more point this round than you did.
Wow! That's not even true because you both got the name right. So he actually got a lot more than you did. So we're on to round 5, and we're gonna enter into the realm of apex monsters now. That's where we're at now. And the first apex monster we're gonna look at, because there are 4 large areas in this game, and there is an apex to each of those 4 areas. We'll say easily, say generally. Mitch, you're squinting. There are
Am I an idiot?
There are 5, but there are like 4 that are given like apex monsters. Or, like
I'm going with this. Yeah. Yeah,
'cause the
you're
fifth-
correct.
the-
Yeah.
The 5th area doesn't really have an apex
Yeah.
for plot reasons, but yeah, there's like 4 that are like the big cornerstones. And here's the first one. Whoa! Look at this guy.
Oh,
Yo.
that is
Very
what
pointy.
The hell?
A dragon.
Why his wings got wings on him?
Yeah, they're vertebrae on every part of this bitch.
Yeah,
They
he
sure are.
also has head wings, which is a choice.
This is designed like a fucking frontier monster. That's for true.
This thing's crazy.
Yeah,
a lot.
It's fucking awesome. I'm just gonna be honest. It's really good. If I had to like give a top 3 for me personally, I think this is in my top 3 for the game.
I'll tell you this, it's my second favorite song in the entire game.
Same. The fucking theme for this guy fucking rips. My friend has it as his theme for like his base camp, and I have a certain other monster that might be near the end of this quiz as theme as mine.
Mine's a generic
because-
area theme. I fucking love the Ice Shard Cliff music.
This
Holy
dude's got a
crap.
bulge on him.
Oh, damn, he does.
Oh, damn,
mean-
he does.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Packing.
damn.
It's Apex packing.
I want to woo
hey,
that area.
Here we go. Everybody ready for everyone's favorite part of the Monster Hunter quizzes where Kyle goes, here are names of things that exist. Pick one that's this one.
Are you gonna read the names?
Yes, it's Val Hassak, New Udra, Kolv Taroth, or Ray Dow. What do you think it is?
Well, I picked Val Hazak last time and was wrong. Which makes me want
Perhaps.
to pick that this time, but if this is brand new, then it couldn't possibly be that.
Interesting thought process.
What do you mean?
The last time I will just to, I'll be honest with you. The last time we did one of these quizzes, it was when all the monsters were like released and we just looked at returning monsters. So like the names for the new things were out at that time too. So the names for all these monsters were out at the time of the last one we did.
Okay.
So
then I guess I'll go with Val Hazak because that is the sharpest sounding name of all of them. And what the fuck is a Kulv Taroth? That sounds like a senator.
They're all real monsters. So
For which representing which area?
France.
France.
Oh, yes, Senator Kulftaroth.
Just like all these people like at their little like podiums and stuff, and Senator Kuvtereth, and he's just
Fresh from his visit to the Louvre.
Nico, what do you think? What do you think?
I think Kyle just pulled a fast one on you, Tyler. I think Val Hazak is an existing monster.
Again, they're all
This
existing
exists,
monsters.
does it not?
They're all existing monsters.
No, I mean existing
Kyle drew
before
this.
this because I've
I
heard
just,
that.
this is a fake. This is my fan art.
I could be wrong, but I have a strong feeling I've heard Val Hazak for a while now, like for a good bit longer than we knew anything about this game. Again, I could be wrong. I'm often wrong, just like I will be about saying it's Kulftaroth.
I'm actually going to pivot. I'm going to also choose Kulf Taroth because that is definitely a senator, and I have to commit to that now.
Nico, I'm almost positive you fought.
So you're
Val
saying
Hazak.
that you're pivoting to Kuvtereth because it's a senator when you're trying to pick the real one?
Yeah.
All right. I mean,
This is clearly
and again, they're all real.
He's trying to pass some legislation.
And I did say these are all real going in. So these are all real monster names. Mitch, go ahead with your point.
Now, this is a monster that never actually received a code name from us because it stuck with us so hard, and also Ray Dow kind of makes sense as a name for this monster.
That's just
Ray
the
Dow.
name of a person.
Well, at least the way I think of it is, at risk of spoiling some of the things Kyle is going to say, it is essentially the living embodiment of a lightning-charged railgun. And in that case, I look at the lightning it shoots out, and I go, "It's a ray!" So it's Ray Dow.
Oh my God! The side spikes shoot forward to form a railgun focus.
They form forward and it like conducts lightning down through it and like shoots a fucking giant pulse of lightning like a railgun style.
That's
So when I said earlier about you saying something getting struck by lightning, yeah, it does.
This thing gets struck by lightning and uses it to fucking annihilate you.
I would love
the
to
like
see this
tempered versions
thing,
of this fucking annihilate me every time.
I would
look
love
them.
to see this thing absolutely disrespect an Ajara Khan while it's winding up.
I will say the amount of times as an Encyclave user, which is the thing that you use to like catapult yourself into the air and do flips to the air and shit, the amount of times I have been like, I'm gonna dodge its railgun, and I flip up into the air, and then I just watch it go, and it just fucking slices out of the air. I'm just like, damn it! It's like my mortal enemy. Another cool factor of this that I wanted to talk about, because it's just the sound design of this guy is fucking incredible. As he's flying around from area to area, and just in general when he's like lurking, I don't know what part of it is that's actually making the sound technically, but like he like moves two pieces together to create like this metallic screeching sound. So it's just like as he's lurking, you just hear, it's like the most like haunting shit. It's so fucking cool. And like you just like you're like one day just like wandering through the sandy area, and all of a sudden you see a shadow and you're like, oh fuck, it's like, just fucking railguns you, and it's awesome. I love this guy.
I'm currently downloading an MP3 of Ray Dow's roar.
Hell yeah. It's
I'll
really
share it
fucking
when
cool.
it's downloaded.
Hell yeah. While you do that, I'll read some lore. The flying wyvern that reigns supreme over the windward plains' ecosystem. It has adapted to the sand tide, which is that giant sandstorm thing we mentioned, when it most frequently appears, and is able to store, amplify, and discharge the storm's heavy lightning to lethal effect. Radau is highly territorial and will attack any and all intruders on sight. The fulgurite against its carapace emits a sound that puts every monster in the region on guard. So there you go. It's the fulgurite against its carapace that makes that sound. It's fucking awesome. This guy's just, he's like very basic, like dragon, but they added like these creative elements to it to like really like heighten it, where it's just
Kyle,
like dragon.
he's not a dragon, he's a wyvern.
Oh
You
shit!
fucking loser.
I'll just see myself out.
Get your arm out of here, man.
Commit to the bit. What are you doing?
Okay, fine. I'll leave.
There you go.
Play this
Pet your
rate.
dog too.
What is he weak to?
I want to hear this roar first.
Dragon.
Oh yeah, you
That's
can
playing
Okay,
on
yes,
my Mac.
play the
It's
roar.
not playing. Okay, my bad. This is playing on a different.
Me in the future.
Just do like the first 7 seconds or so.
Okay, that's sounds like someone's
Well,
playing
there's
violin
a
with
lot-
a fork in a hallway.
All right, my audio settings are wrong.
Yeah, the sounds that
Wait.
precede or like right
there it
after are just really intense. It's the sound design though in the game. We got your little headset on, like me on my Xbox at like 2 a.m. just playing with my little headset on. It's dark. Just imagine it, right? I'm here. I'm just like on my couch with my big screen TV, just like I'm like, and then just and I'm like. Just like
You
freaking out.
think he's weak to dragon because he's a wyvern, which is technically not a dragon. Also, maybe
Yeah,
ice
you're the
because
one
that
who-
could freeze his neck in place and then wouldn't be able to shoot you with his head. I don't know.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fair.
And Nico.
I'm gonna choose the same thing as Tyler because I agree with that sentiment. I half want to switch out ice for water because I want to go on some kind of tangent about water conducting the electricity across more of its body than it intends, but I think that's me reading too far into it, so I will stick with dragon and ice.
Okay. And Mitch, do you know the correct answer?
That is absolutely something that the teams would come up with for its ecology, but they usually don't think that hard about weaknesses. I'm going with just ice,
Oh, okay.
but I'm
So-
also thinking dragon might be right.
Okay. Well, good on you for not picking it because dragon is not correct in this case. However, ice and water are. So everyone gets a point still.
Okay.
Everybody's getting a point here. I already forgot who I just gave a point to. So you guys did.
I believe everyone.
I gave a point after somebody guessed it right, and then I don't remember I gave Nico a point. So who fucking knows? And I forgot
have
to show you the
30
armor. So here's the
points.
armor. Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Also, that's I'm not a fan of this. I'm gonna be honest.
That's fair.
It's
That's fair.
a bit much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
little
it's
demon
also
like the
mask,
monster
belt
itself.
buckle is kind of cool. And like the head horns on the one on the right are kind of neat, but in general, I think it's just a little too much.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you here. It's not my favorite armor set in the game. It's
very
not
yellow.
like bad, but yeah.
I would like to try to work in the spiky hood to one of my sets, but I have yet to succeed.
Fair.
It's also worth noting once you hit high rank, you can like change the colors of pretty much everything you wear. So like the very harsh yellow doesn't have to stay that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Because I
good.
feel like that could look cool if it was like all black and then the pattern wouldn't be so like
Right. Right.
I don't know.
We're on to the penultimate round. Almost there. We're getting there. And we've got a little something different here. I got the
What
squid.
the hell?
Oh, hello, Cthulhu.
That's like Cthulhu's taint. What the hell am I looking at, dude?
Why am I laughing so hard at that one?
I don't know. It wasn't good or funny.
Shouldn't have. Yeah. Wasn't good or funny.
That's what makes it the best one. That's what, the best thing you've said all night.
Sometimes the best jokes are the absolute randomest bullshit.
Yeah.
So, this squid fella, you know, what could his name be? Is it Nuudra,
Don't.
Yanvarani, Unsarata, or Black Flame?
Fuck off.
It's a paradox Pokemon.
What could you be? What's going on there, Tyler? What's your point there? What'd you say to me? What would you call me like that? What's going on?
Because you're reusing New Udra, obviously.
Oh, did I? Oh, must have slipped in there. That's my bad.
Fuck you.
Fuck off.
Go fuck yourself.
I'm sorry.
What could it mean?
I hate all of these.
Okay.
Now,
Thanks.
see, New Udra fits the vibe the most. I see those tentacles. I go, Udra, yeah, you know, like you get it. And it's new, so it's like a new Udra, sure. But the fact that you're
old
reusing
Udra.
it makes me doubt it. Also, New Udra backwards is Ardoon, which Timothy Chalamet again. The Dune references will never stop.
We didn't even talk about the actual Dune reference monster.
Yeah, I know. There is a Dune reference monster in the game, which will be in the next quiz. If
I
we
hope
do
it's
another
just a giant Timothy Chalamet, not a
It's
worm.
just called
It's just
Chalamet.
Timothy Chalamet.
All right, modders, get to work. Put Timothy Chalamet over that monster.
I genuinely don't. I feel like I've lost confidence with like every round.
Good. Because you started off real hot, so that had this track.
I feel like it's not Yan Varani.
Why?
I don't. Cause it
Not
sucks.
feeling it? Okay. All right, that's fair.
What's wrong with Uncle Yan?
No, Yan Varani just sounds like a gelato place. I don't know.
I think Jan Varani is actually just a guy.
I immediately started thinking about Cars personally.
That's also a little
It's a
fair.
very car name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were referring like the movie Cars. I was just like,
I love Chick Hicks. I want
great
Chick
to be-
Hicks to
Yeah.
run me over.
It's great
Chick
to be
Hicks
back
in the
in
lead, Lightning
Radiator
McQueen coming
Springs.
quick on his ass. But then we've got Jan Barani quickly look at the rear.
I want you, Jan Varani.
That really works though. Maybe he is a Cars character.
Oh, man.
So
Yeah, Tyler, you
Black
gotta pick
Flame
something.
is obviously really throwing me. Because why would you put that in there if it's not real? But also, like,
To fuck with us. What do you mean?
yeah. I'll take
This
the
round's got-
bait. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna take the bait. It's Black Flame. And if it's not, then it's probably one of those, and it translates in their weird Monster Hunter language to Black Flame. And if that's the case, I will get a point.
Nice.
Wow.
Tell me how
Created a
wrong I
whole
am.
World. Created a whole universe where you're right. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Nico.
I hate Black Flame. Nothing about this says fire. I hate New Udra. That just sounds stupid. Unsirata just sounds like you looked up something in Spanish. I'm choosing Jan Varani.
Okay. And Mitch? What are you going to do?
Well, I know what I'm gonna do, but I was parsing what Nico said. My brain is
You're all
slowing
too
down
sleepy
in
for
the
this.
process.
You changed hats.
This is
I
don't
just
know when.
realized you changed hats at some
I
point.
never see him do it. I don't know
didn't
when
notice.
it happens.
I didn't notice that he did it, but
you have a live feed of me at
I
all
know.
times.
But
Yeah,
I don't know,
I didn't
you
see
just
you
like
do
you
it.
just referenced the hat, and I was like, it said Millennium Hat before. Wait a minute. Anyways, so
If you
Mitch,
can't
what do you?
tell, I thought we were gonna do Yu-Gi-Oh first. So this isn't that big of a trip up here because this is New Udra the Black Flame.
So I'm right.
Correct. You are, Tyler. So
I hate that.
What it is the townspeople refer to it as the Black Flame. Oh my goodness. And I mean, like, minor spoilers for the story, but there's a point where a bunch of Ajara Khan show up to like their giant smelting forge and start attacking, and they're like, oh my gosh, how will we defeat them? And then this fucker crawls up from the depths and just grabs a bunch of them and fucking kills them real fast. And they're like, the Black Flame rises. And then you find out that it's actually like its actual name is New Udra. It's just like, it's like lore is that it's, they call it the Black Flame.
Cool.
And the reason they call it the Black Flame,
Because it looks like black flames.
no, because it fucking catches itself on fire while it attacks you.
It's like covered in tar and oil.
Yeah, it's in the oil well basin, covers itself in oil, and ignites itself while it fights you, just
Icky.
burning.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not what you would have ever expected this fucking design to do.
It's a total hell fiend.
Yeah, it really is just like a hell spawn. It's crazy.
It also has a flame sack in the side of its head that it just like fucking cone of fires the shit out of you.
Oh no.
Also,
Do I get 2 points for that?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 2 points for it just because you're so far behind. I threw it in there just in case something like this would happen.
I
so
think
that way
I should
Mitch would
get 2 points too, because I literally said I bet it's Black Flame and also one of the other real ones, and I was correct.
I bet
And
it's
I have
Black
no
Flame
game
and also
knowledge.
one of the only other 3 options.
Yeah, you didn't really pick one. If you would have like doubled down and been like, it's probably Black Flame, but also New Udra, like I would have been impressed and I would have actually.
I'm editing the video. I'm just gonna boost my score in the end.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Give yourself an extra point at some random point of the video.
Just like you're like, oop, and be like, Kyle can't count.
Last frame.
But no, I'm gonna give Mitch 2 points because he deserves it. He's getting put through hell right now. And
I'm good.
No, I know it's Monster Hunter. We like talking about Monster Hunter, but you're getting shit on. So this flamey beast. Let me tell you about him. The cephalopod that reigns supreme over Oil Well Basin's ecosystem. This is the apex of the Oil Well Basin. Usually, when sighted, New Udra is covered in oil silt, but when enraged, it will ignite the coating, transfiguring itself into a horror of flame. The oculi that appear in its body and many arms are presumed to be sensory organs, but the truth is still being investigated. Ooh. Fun fact about this thing, you can cut off every single one of its fucking limbs.
Wow.
Yeah.
You can because with most monsters, you can cut off its tail. And if you hit enough, it actually comes off and then usually hinders its ability to attack you in some way, especially if its attacks are based around its tail. In this case, you just can chop off every single one of the squid's arms. I haven't done it successfully yet, but I really want to. It's a goal
That's
of
crazy.
mine.
I think you need Part Breaker to do it. I think it takes
I
too
would
much damage
assume.
otherwise.
I was going to say, they just need to... Hot take, they need to uptick the health on all of these monsters in this game. That's just my opinion, though.
Oh.
I think some of the fights are just too fast. But that's really my only gripe with the game. But anyways, here is some armor. One that I think looks particularly pretty dang neat.
Whoa, that's very cool.
It's
Both of those
yeah.
are very cool.
It's pretty epic. Paired really well with the little plushie hanging off the weapon. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this guy. I think the squid monster is a really cool addition. Am I correct in saying this is the first time we've had a squid ever?
No.
Is it not?
Ha! Get fucked.
Like squid, octopus, cephalopod kind of deal. No, that we've had one before.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm dumb. But it's the first one. The first one I've experienced.
It's the first one like this. The other one is like an elder dragon. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
I love that the armor gives you both speed eating and resentment as skills.
Yeah.
This thing's just Satan.
I like that
so
the one on the right just looks like someone is playing as Vessel in a D&D campaign.
it does look a lot like Vessel from Sleep Token. That's actually crazy. And I'm gonna go craft that armor today after the episode because it looks like Vessel, and I didn't even realize that. You know what? I did really like the new song from Sleep Token. It went a little something like, what's this thing week 2?
Gonna have to go with water. Although water and oil don't really mix, so maybe it's not. Maybe that's gonna throw them off. But I have two choices, so I will use both of them. I'm gonna go water ice.
Ooh. Learning from your whole the fire thing before was weak to ice moment. I see.
I mean, sure.
I gave you more credit than you deserved. Nico, what do you think the answer is?
I'm just gonna choose water this time because I don't think oil is particularly conductive to electricity, and it can't be fire.
And Mitch, what do you think the answer is?
Well, I'm thinking definitely water is a very safe bet, and you'd be surprised how many Hotland monsters are weak to ice. It's very strange, and I think that this one isn't actually. I'm gonna go hard. Say this one's not.
Oh, so you're just saying water.
Just water.
Like Nico said, just water.
Yeah, just water.
Like how both of you are correct. It's just water.
It's just water.
Congratulations.
I'll take my 1 point. It's okay. And by 1 point, I mean
Yeah.
3 points.
We're on to the last round. Oh my gosh.
Wow!
Cover art monster.
crazy.
Cover art monster. Cover art monster.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh my god!
Oh.
This thing edgy as hell.
Is that its tail or is that coming off of its arm?
That's his arm.
Yep.
That's his
The
arm.
fuck?
He has a whip
Edgy's
sword for
arm.
an arm.
Yeah.
He's got a
Oh
lot of
no!
And a
He's got
beard
a lot
on his
of-
arm? It's
Well, like
arm,
twing.
beard, whip sword, all one appendage. It's
So
very
like
strange.
what you're seeing is the beard coming off the arm is like a wing, and
I
then
see.
there's whip swords as well that come off of it on either side. If I'm correct, 2, maybe 3 off either side. I can't recall off the top of my head.
I'm not a
Actually,
zoologist, but I don't think that a wing made out of beard would really help you fly very much. But
It's just like what looks like on the top of it. Underneath it's like a full like.
I see.
Still not like the best, but
His head looks cool.
His
He
noggin
looks like he has a
do be
very
rad.
long, flat penis.
if I'm
What?
this is my hot take this time. I don't like Arkveld. I said its name. No.
I'm gonna guess that it's Arkveld.
But what is this thing we?
The absolute irony of being like, I have a hot take. I don't like the monster, and then saying its name in the quiz where we have to guess its name. It has defeated
There's
you
the
once.
For a second, I was like, "What's he doing over there?" And I remembered earlier in my head noting, "I love that the idiot had his always on cue boat." I saw you leaning over, and I went, "No!"
Just because I put time into researching like mythical dragon names. Is this Kiramat, Tarask, Arkveld, or Kolshedra?
I would
What do
like
you
you to
think
know
these
I
are
probably
fun
would have
names?
picked Arkveld anyway because it sounds the best.
That's fair. It's a really good name. So
I probably would have been dismayed and swayed by Kiramat because of Kirin and Tiamat. Just because I like both of those things.
yeah, all the other 3 that aren't Arkveld, their plays on like, I think one's like a Hungarian dragon. I think
Probably
it off of.
Kolshedra. That one sucks.
Wow, I think that's actually just ripped straight up. Like that's its name. If I'm not mistaken.
I want to look it up real quick now.
I think Kolshedra and Tarask are straight up dragons, and then I think Kiramat was the one I played with a little
Oh
bit.
shit!
off of
It
another-
is. It's an
Okay, cool.
Albanian dragon.
Albanian. There we go.
Hey, Albanian
Yeah.
fans, make up better dragons.
But yes, this is Arkveld. I hate your hot take, Mitch, because I really like Arkveld. I think Arkveld's really cool.
I just don't. I just like whenever I'm fighting it, I just like. Maybe I haven't fought enough of them, but every time it moves, I'm like, I can't tell what this thing is doing. I have not internalized anything, any of the movements. None of them make sense to me. Oh, now it's glowing red. Oh, great. Here it comes.
Here it is, glowing red. So it has like these chain whip sword like things that it like whips out and attacks you with. And I think it either has 2 or 3 on either side of it. That like it whips out and hits, and like it'll hit the ground and create like little explosions and shit there. That leaves afterwards, and then The other cool thing it can do is it like will randomly while it's fighting just like whip off to the side and like whip itself over like to get a different angle on you and then attack you from a different angle.
That one's very cool.
Yeah. They're in general, like the actual like animation that went into this monster, I think is really impressive because there's a lot of like really quick like whip movements and shit. And it just moves really fast at you and it's really intimidating. It's
My brain
probably
can't track it.
It's also my favorite theme in the game. Personally, I really like its musical theme. It's very good. I highly recommend you looking it up later. But let me read you some lore while I show you this incredibly cool armor. A flying wyvern that was considered extinct, according to documents left behind by the guild. Their wings have a unique chain-like blade that can extend and retract freely to reap their prey. Sorry, I couldn't read the word reap. They feed on elemental energy absorbed through these chain blades and are able to convert the energy to unleash dragon element attacks.
Hot take.
Yeah, it's fuck.
I hate this armor.
Really?
I'm not a fan.
Wow, this round is just hot takes abound.
Yes.
I don't hate it. It's just, it doesn't feel like it came from this monster as much as it came from like a fucking Yeti or something. Like it's so hairy and puffy.
So is
Like-
the Arkveld.
I like.
Yeah, I was like, you just talked how like the beardedness of it, and that is
do
It is,
really
looks
like
exactly like the Arkveld.
I like the
and
helmet
the
on the
braid
female
represents
one.
the whip chains.
But
It just doesn't look like it came from a dragon to me.
it just doesn't look that interesting to me. I don't
It's also
know why.
a little
It's
boring,
just-
yeah.
Also,
yeah.
I will say it before if you wrote it in the comments already, you're gonna have to go and call yourself out because I'm talking about it. Oh, this is the Guardian Arkfeld armor. I think it's cooler than the regular Arkfeld armor.
I agree.
I won't go into details on that just for spoilers and shit because that's like a huge part of the plot. But
Also, little side note: this is the second female armor set that has had like a like dress or skirt covering the left leg, and made me look and go, "Where'd the other fucking leg go?"
It's the angle on these ones. The skirt is symmetrical.
I know, it's just the second in a row where there's been like a middle piece that is exactly where the other leg is, only making me go, "Where'd the other leg go?"
Does it help to know that the blue highlights along the armor glow in the dark?
No.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
it's
I wish
and
it
then on
was
the regular
more
Arkfeld, those aren't
highlighted.
present. I think a lot of the lighting of this one doesn't help this image
Yeah.
specifically because I think it is pretty prominent in game, like when you're moving around. I think it's just a factor of the
It
image.
needs a
I
lot more
wanted the
contrast in this
armor-
image.
I wanted the armor to be like a Voldo style BDSM suit that was just the whip chains wrapped around your body.
All right, so that part is your problem.
Okay, yeah. So if you were disappointed by this armor set, there's no helping you with that.
It's just where it begins and ends, I think.
I'm just weird. Tyler, you
it,
got an
like-
issue.
No, I just wanted a whip sword like flossing your butt crack. Like,
Jesus.
I
mean,
no, I don't have a
Ivy
problem. I just
Festival,
want
though.
someone
It's
to
just, I can't
floss
help
my
it.
ass crack with a whip sword.
yeah, and maybe
the
have
second
his
time
like
we
little
talked about
tusks
ass
as your
flaws.
nipples, and then have like a little happy trail of like the beard hair going down. It could have been fun. That's all I'm saying. It could have been fun. Instead,
My
we
mom
got
is gonna
whatever
love this
is.
clip.
Yeah.
I will say, just to put it out there, Arkfeld's probably my favorite monster in the game, like in my top 3. It's my number 1. I think the fight's really good. I think the music's really good. It is like the plot monster in the game. Like it is like kind of what the whole plot hinges around, which in my opinion, I really enjoyed the plot. I know that's very hit or miss for a lot of people, but I really liked it. I think there were a lot of nuances to it that I was like, wow, the writers of this game have never written like an actually fleshed out story before. And they actually have like little nuances in this. Pretty impressive. And I really like this armor. So I'm just a walking difference in this round. Let us know in the comments below what you think. I think it's pretty epic. Hey,
I like the armor a lot.
also in the comments below, remind me how much you hate this segment. What's it week 2?
Wagon.
Ooh.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Nico?
Dragon Fire, it got a lot of hair to burn.
Oh, you're right. I'm not changing my answer though.
Bitch.
And Mitch, what do you think it is?
Wagon.
And?
No, that's it.
You made the right choice, and Tyler made the right choice in not changing his answer in the middle.
Hell yeah.
It's just dragon. So Tyler gets to put the amount of points on the board. I don't want to think anymore because this is
so
a
who
live
won?
episode.
I don't know if my score is accurate, so I'm not going to say it out loud, but it'll be accurate on screen, and I think I lost by
Is
a
9
wide
higher than the
margin.
last time?
Yeah, everyone in the comments, tell us how crazy it is that Tyler got as his points. That's so crazy. Thank you so much for watching this lovely episode. If you want us to do more Monster Hunter, like I've said a couple times in this quiz, there's enough monsters to do one more quiz based around wilds. So let us know in the comments.
I would like someone in the comments below to post a link to C-SPAN footage of Senator Kolv Teroth.
Fan art of Kolv Teroth at like a fucking senator meeting, please.
I want an Albanian man with a beret sitting in the French Senate. It says Kolv Teroth.